Welcome to Progressive Movement Towards Christ. I'm Pastor Keith, and I'm here representing Progressive Towards Movement Christ Church. That's the Progressive Movement Towards Christ Church. Again, this is Pastor Keith, and I'm here for a sermon on the 7 deadly sins, or what I call the family split. Now, you can view us at www.movementtowards.christ.com. That's www.movementtowards.christ.com. We look forward to you viewing our sites, seeing our sermons, and hearing the Word of God. Now, again, today I'm going to be talking about the family split. Now, this is a discerning topic for me, but it happens to all families, where families split up because of certain reasons, and I want to talk about the 7 deadly sins, and they are lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. These are all of the 7 deadly sins. Now, lust is an uncontrolled passion or longing, especially for sexual desires. Gluttony is excessive or ongoing consumption of food or drink. Greed is excessive pursuit of material possessions. Sloth is an excessive laziness or failure to act and utilize one's talent. Wrath is an uncontrollable anger and hate towards another person. Envy is an intense desire to have an item or experience that someone else possesses it. 7, pride. Pride is excessive view of oneself without regards of others. Now, I understand that we have friendships and love between family and friends, but friends we can disassociate ourselves with and walk away from and have new friends. Family is family. Family comes from the blood. Family comes down from generations, and family include brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, nephews, uncles, grandchildren, first cousins. Say, I can go on. But that's what family is. Family is blood-oriented, and we have to keep family longer than we keep our friends, because friendship is a waning process where you might move away from your high school, and you've had a million friends in high school, but you seem to lose contact with them, and you tend to not locate them after a few years, after you've been married, and you grow up a little more, and you find new friends, new associates. But family is family. Family is someone that you care about, and you should care about, and you keep close to you. And that's what family bond is. That means that's blood is blood, okay? And family is family. But I have a, discerning, I'm a pastor, and I deal with family and friends, and I've lost family members because of the 7 deadly sins, and I can't. It's hard to continue a relationship when it's one-sided, or dislike for the other is one-sided, or as a pastor, I'm supposed to keep all our family relationships together. My mother passed, and we said at the funeral that we would come together and acknowledge each other and talk more often. But of course, the day after the funeral it ended, and people are not seen for a long time, cousins and family members and that I haven't seen for a long time, we still don't communicate. Words are words, and words aren't honored too much, except for, of course, the biblical words, the holy word, the Bible. And I want to start talking about the 7 deadly sins. Now, one of my relatives is the last words to me were, "Don't call me, don't text me, don't talk to me ever again." And there was a few of the deadly sins involved, which was lust. He or she was too busy lusting after other people. Gluttony. Consumption of food or drink, and of course, me as a pastor, I don't drink. Greed, because he or she liked material possessions and would do anything against a relative or a friend to get those possessions uh, for his or herself. And of course, after the breakup, let's say, the rap came in. I mean, we live in the 2018, and you have to understand people use Facebook and Twitter and Tweeter and all that, and as soon as something happens, they go on your sites or their sites, whatever, and negativity starts to build, and negativity comes up, and you don't understand where it came from, but it's there. And if you read, because it's against my religion and what I believe in, but other people don't believe in that. I had another family member that was mainly into gluttony, did everything, greed, and did everything for his or herself, drank, did what they had to do to make it, used family members, took family members' money because they thought it was right. And the Ralph, of course, came to also. It's one of those things that people and pride got in the way with this one because they believe that their ownership of entitlement was above everybody's reproach. It was above everybody, so that they were unapproachable and. I'm better than you because I do this and I do that, and no matter what you have, I'm gonna have more, and jealousy, goes with pride. This is something that envy was a part of this one too, because you can't keep up with a family of two people working versus a single mother or father working. They can never keep up with two people working in the household, and that's what this person was trying to do, and it's weird, but that's what broke this relationship apart, this family relationship, because I'm trying to live like the Joneses. I don't have the financial resources, but I will live as the Joneses do if I take from other family members and acquire material things for myself. And that was a major part of what was going on besides the envy. And the wrath, of course, came soon after when that person decided that there's no way they could do it. So negativity rolled out in Facebook and Twitter and all this. And that's another thing that we can't stand. And in the Bible, really forbids the seven deadly sins because of that. And a third family member now, I call us riding the wave. And what I mean by that is say a mother is mad at her brother, and a mother is mad at her brother, or sister's mad at the brother, and so the son of the mother goes along with the mother in hating the sister's brother. I don't know if I said that clearly, but the sister doesn't like the brother, so the sister's son doesn't like the brother because that's what happens. It just, hey, my mother doesn't like you, so I don't like you, and all that's controllable. There's really no reason why the son should take the mother's side just because the mother is unhappy with her brother. But that happens, and and we're adults, so we should make up our own mind, our own decisions on who we like, who we don't like. We shouldn't follow the leader, because that's not good either. Because you're just condoning what your mother thinks of her brother. And this can deal with gluttony, pride, wrath, sloth, greed, or lust. And we don't know. But there just happens to be circumstances where the sister falls away from the brother and the son follows suit, falling away from the uncle. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that the family split. Now in the Bible, it speaks about lust in 2 Timothy 2:22. It says, flee also youthful lust, but persuade righteousness, faith, love, and peace. It says, flee from youthful lust. That means walk away from it. Whether you're young or not, you need to walk away from it. Controlling lust, chastity is a way of controlling lust, and it controls the passion and leverages the energy for the good of others. So use that energy, that lustful energy, somewhere else. Take that energy and use it in another part of your life. Now, gluttony is there. Now, it says there in 1 Corinthians 10:31. It says, therefore, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all for the glory of God. In other words, you can spend time in a bar and drink for hours, think you're doing something, think you're forgetting about your cares and your worries and your strife and your trials and tribulations, but walk away from that. Walk away from gluttony. Use that towards God, not towards yourself. Now, in 1 Corinthians, I read that already. Therefore, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, gluttony could be anything, eating or drinking. Too much of anything is gluttony. But do it for the glory of God. Read. Understand the Bible. Understand the Word. When your mind is not consumed by anything, then these 7 deadly sins come into your life. But if you consume your mind with the Word, if you read the Word, you want to understand the Word, and all your free time is spent on the Word, then these 7 deadly sins do not come to you. Now, greed. Greed is excessive pursuit of material possessions. In Hebrews 13:5, it says, let your conduct be without covetousness. Be content with such things as you have, for he himself, he said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Be content with such things as you have. Don't worry about Jones down the street who has a beautiful Rolls Royce in the driveway. Hey, your little tow to get you from A to B, just like that 200,000 Rolls Royce, but there's stress that comes with that. Greed. You have to continue to pay those payments. You have to continue to pay that insurance. You have to continue to pay for that with your life. You have to continue to work 24 hours a day just to keep my purpose and my what is kindness cures envy. Be kind to everyone. Be kind to yourself. And be kind to everyone you meet. Now, pride. Pride is excessive view of oneself without regards for others. In Jeremiah 9:23-24, it says, let not the mighty man boast of his might, but let him who boast of this, that he understands and knows me. Now, somebody asked me, I was in church one day, and somebody asked, well, why is pride a deadly sin? Well, let's put it this way. I gave a little example that, well, I'm the manager, okay? I'm managing the store or whatever. And, part of a management's responsibility is to delegate. But most of his job is to work. Okay, so, but see, I got too much pride to clean the bathroom. So I tell my employee A to clean the bathroom. And if he or she does not clean the bathroom, then I say, hey, you're disobeying an order from me to clean the toilets, and I will fire you for disobedience. Now, my pride got in the way because I didn't want to put my hands in the toilet, which you never do anyway because you're wearing gloves. But my pride was too strong to allow me to clean a toilet when I had dozens of employees working for me. Why should I have to do that? I'm the manager of the store. I tell people what to do. When something goes wrong in the store, the district manager comes down on me, not employee A, but the store's got to remain clean for my customers. So if I'm not willing, because of my pride, to clean the bathroom, then why should I make my employees do it? But it has to be done. So if I have time, I will do it. I will do it because that is my job. As my job as the entire store. Just like my job as a pastor, a preacher, is to stay away from lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. And my responsibility is to let everyone know that in the Bible, as I've read the verses that it is in the Bible, and there's many more verses, less Job 31:1, Matthew 5:28, Philippians 4:8, James 1:14 through 15, Peter 2:11, John 2:16. Hey, there's things in the Bible that we must study, we must learn, and be able to cope with our family. And of course, forgiving is the ultimate. So we should try to forgive. But if a family member says they don't want to talk to you, you try once or twice. And they'll come around. If they don't want to talk to you, don't want to speak, they'll talk to you. Maybe it's going to take another death in the family. Maybe it's going to take a death in their immediate family, but they will talk to you. Because blood is a strong tie. So try to communicate. Try to bring your family together, because that's what God intended. Remember, when you marry your wife, you become one with them, and you have an extended family that you just inherited, and that's what God wanted, us to be connected, us to love one another, us to love thy neighbor, us to stay away from evil and sins. So this is Pastor Keith. I'm glad I talked to you about this. Got a little bit off my chest. I hope I helped you out a little. Got some stuff off your chest in family issues. But try to communicate with family and try to walk with the Lord. Keep your head high. Do what you have to do to continue to be one of God's children. Again, I'm Pastor Keith with Progressive Movement Towards Christ Church. You can hear us and see us at www.movementtowardschrist.com. Please invite your friends, family members, peers, and everybody to listen to these podcasts. Because I hope they're interesting, and I hope they help you in what the stuff you're dealing with today and every day. May God be the glory, and glory be to God.